killer, but raising the frost. Developed into action, thunder at any cost. Overdose of opiates open to a loss. Plagued by the mark of Cain and dripping sauce. Trouble in the past, but the future looks brilliant. Enemies threaten, but forget I'm resilient. Deceptive elements, irrelevant chameleon. Bound by honor, born duodecillion. Containing something impervious to my nature. Time's a bitch, but I have a thrill for danger. Holding a hexagon, making a Star of David. Exercise my demons, clinging to what is sacred. City is mine until the city is over. Intuition says it's close, so I'm waiting for closure. Treating the present like it's only a fragile vase. Yelling out in anger till it smashes in your face. Treated causes, feeling like a death punch. Weak hearts melt, murdered by a death punch. Evolution subsides when we get crunch. Leave the scene of the crime, it's my best hunch. Velocity increasing the speed of my death punch. Ending the war in seconds with my death punch. Oceans attack and smash down to test us. Heaven and earth engage in the final death punch. Avalanches of fire, raining showers of comets. Deprived nations crumble in seconds from all the conflict. Overpopulation is no longer a problem. Pestilence prevails and assails country to projects. Third worlds to first worlds tremble as earthquakes. Evacuations fail as locusts swarm in worse ways. Death the newest fad is coming for your ass. Beaches bereft, life deprived, leading a bloodbath. Yellow sun goes dark, moon turns to crimson. That little inner voice whispers they should've listened. Here I am in the wake, so much to forsake. Every soul poised against me, no one feels safe. Capitals fall, the renegades run the desolate land. Inalienable rights are now an alien strand. Trust is gone, as all hell breaks loose. Yesterday is a distant memory from today's abuse. Treated causes, feeling like a death punch. Weak hearts melt, murdered by a death punch. Evolution subsides when we get crunch. Leave the scene of the crime, it's my best hunch. Velocity increasing the speed of my death punch. Ending the war in seconds with my death punch. Oceans attack and smash down to test us. Heaven and earth engage in the final death punch.
So is the very structure of our society. In the councils of government, we must guard against acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought. Potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties with our peaceful methods and goals.
Alone I find refuge, not in space but in mind. Defense is gone, a callous heart to keep me blind. Obligations arise to operate in my prime. Preserving sources, enforce no concept of time. Temperatures define how we're living and survive. Expedition of provisions, vision to lack of light. Dreaming of the day we develop new society. By far a pipe dream now in all this rioting. Years away from a semblance of comfort. Training in violence until silence shines in luster. Heroes don't exist, only thieves with morality. Everyone is guilty of numerous fatalities. Continue efforts fail to group cities of men. It's like we're back to tribal pities again. Testosterone engulf crimes until true light shines. Yearning for the promise of a prayer where the city is mine. Treated causes, feeling like a death punch. Weak hearts melt, murdered by a death punch. Evolution subsides when we get crunch. Leave the scene of the crime, it's my best hunch. Velocity increasing the speed of my death punch. Ending the war in seconds with my death punch. Oceans attack and smash down to test us. Heaven and earth engage in the final death punch.